Movie buffs, welcome back to the Movie Bay. This is D. In today's video, we're going to do the collection update for August and summer September. The last of the stuff came in yesterday, so we're going to go ahead and knock out this collection update. This will be the last collection update for a little bit. I got some projects I'm getting ready to take on, and this is pretty much it. I probably won't do another large pickup until Black Friday if the deals are good, but this is a lot, and I'm going to put the pause on the pickups. I'll still be doing the other videos, the other types of videos, but the pickup videos, we're going to pause on those for a little bit. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at what we got going on for this pickup. So normally I would tell you what store I got everything from. It's separated by store. I'm not going to do it this time. I just got it separated by format. So we're going to do the 4Ks, the DVDs, and then we're going to do all the Blu-rays. But I will say all of this stuff came from, a little bit came from Amazon. Very little came from Best Buy. A small amount came from Whatnot, and almost all of it came from eBay. So without further ado, let's dive in and take a look at what I got. We're going to start with the 4Ks. Okay? I only got 4, so it'll be easy. We got Scream 6. We're going to talk about this one at the end. This movie, I don't know. And I really do enjoy the Scream movies, but that one, I don't know. I got Fast 10. Now, I got to admit, I really liked this movie. Fast 10, Fast X, whatever you want to call it. I really enjoyed that. That was one of the better ones, in my opinion. Jason Momoa, he really did a great job in that. Ant-Man and Wasp, Quantumania. I'm glad I was able to pick this up for a used price on the secondhand market. I'm not a huge fan of the Ant-Man movies, but my MCU collection, I want to keep that 100% if I can. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I heard nothing but good things about this. I didn't see it yet, but I heard this was the best one in the series. That's what I heard. Next up, we're going to do the DVDs, because the Blu-rays, almost all of this is Blu-ray, so it's like 50 Blu-rays, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. Anyway, first DVD we got is Players Club. This is a fantastic movie from back in the 90s. I want to say this is early 90s. I think this might even be early 90s, but you got a very young Jamie Foxx, Ice Cube, Bernie Mac, Lisa Ray, and a host of others in this movie. It's a really good, funny movie, I'm trying to tell you. If you haven't seen Players Club, check that one out. You can find these on eBay. They're going for like $6, $5-6. They're not really going for too much. Here's a Cuba Gooding and Tom Berenger movie, A Murder of Crows. This was a really good movie. I enjoyed this one. I think Cuba did a good job in this. So did Tom Berenger. Here's a classic from way back in my childhood when I was a kid. This movie was out. I was like 14 when this movie came out. And this is Disorderlies. This movie came out in 1987. I was about 14 when this movie came out, so yeah. Next up we have The Centaurians. This is the original miniseries. This was like the pilot. And then we got the complete series, 1 and 2, volume 1 and 2. So that's all episodes of The Centaurians, a really cool cartoon from my childhood. I'm trying to round up all my Saturday morning cartoons. My favorites, not all of them, of course. My favorite Saturday morning and my favorite, when I was a kid, we had a block of cartoons that would run from like 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock during the week. And we would watch those. So, yeah, there we go. And it would be Transformers, G.I. Joe, stuff like that. So you would kind of go straight home to watch those cartoons too if you was into that. Next up, we got all the Blu-rays here, guys. It's a little warm down in my basement. I don't want to run my fan because I don't want my microphone from the phone to pick up the wind noise from the fan. So I'm going to move through this, and I might wipe my forehead because it's real hot in Philly today. It's like 94, 95 degrees, and I'm down in a really warm basement with no air. And I'm not going to run the fan, so just bear with me if you keep seeing me do that. Anyway, let's start with these Blu-rays. A lot to go over. V for Vendetta. This is a DVD upgrade. A Magnet film, Baby Ruby. I like Magnet films. I usually grab them if I see them, if they're reasonably priced. Here's one, Honeymoon, another Magnet film. Hotel Mumbai. Tom Hanks and Sully, the story of the Miracle on the Hudson. Crank 1 and 2 double pack. This is a DVD upgrade. A Western for my Western collection. This is called The Professionals. Never seen it, but I'm definitely going to check it out. Platoon. I'm not sure why or how I did not have this in my collection, but here it is. Here's one I don't have high hopes for. And this is Lindsay Lohan, I Know Who Killed Me. And on eBay with a lot of sellers, if you buy so many, you get so many free. So at that point, I'll just throw stuff in that I think I might like, I'm not sure of, just to fill my cart. Next up, we have Christian Bale, Amy Adams, and Steve Carell, and Sam Rockwell in Vice. I'm going to check this one out. A lot of this stuff I haven't seen. So that's why I'm really digging this particular pickup. I do pick up a lot of stuff that I've seen before, but this is a pickup where a lot of the stuff I haven't seen. So this is good. This will keep me busy for months. Next up, we have In Time with Justin Timberlake. Now, I like this movie. I liked a couple of things about this movie. First, Justin Timberlake, his acting in this movie was really good. And I think the concept of this movie was really good as well. Fantastic movie. I really dug it. Jason Statham's Redemption. Didn't see this one, and I do like Statham. I got a lot of Statham films. L.A. Confidential, a Guy Pearce movie, along with a host of others. I mean, Kevin Spacey, Russell Crowe, Kim Basinger, Danny DeVito. Here we go. Here's one that I didn't even know about. I never heard of this movie. But the cast, I was like, how did I miss this one? If anybody know anything about this movie, just drop a quick line in the comment section. This guy, Harrison Ford, Ray Liotta, Jim Struggs, and Ashley Judd in Crossing Over. I never heard of this film. It looks really good, though. It looks fantastic. I'm going to have to check that one out sooner than later. Matthew McConaughey, We Are Marshall. That's a good movie. A Tyler Perry flick. This is a Tyler Perry. I think this is Tyler Perry. But either way, this is Idris Elba and Taraji P. Henson in No Good Deeds. This was all right. It wasn't great. It was all right. It was watchable. A little bucket of popcorn. This is a DVD upgrade. Takers. A new Nicky Cage for the Nicky Cage collection. Trespass. Elephant White. I saw a trailer for this one. It looked all right. Nothing to write home about. Here's one I don't have high hopes for. Nightshade. Rise of the Guardians. Ironclad. This looks interesting. And this is, I know I said I wasn't going to say stores, but all this is together. So all this is from the Groove haul that I got. Groove had a great sale a little while ago. It was like their DVDs was like most DVDs, not all, but a lot of the DVDs on their site was like, not DVDs, Blu-rays, I'm sorry. They was $5.33 each. So here we go. Clint Eastwood's True Crime. Clint Eastwood again. High Plains Drifter. Two Mules for Sister Sarah. Joe Kidd. The Shadow. I had this movie back in the day on VHS. I thought I had this in my collection, but I didn't. A Connery flick. Rest in peace, Sean Connery. A Bridge Too Far. The Burbs. Blue Velvet. Constantine. DVD upgrade. Greta. I saw the trailer for this. This looks pretty good. The original Thomas Crown Affair. I do have the remake with Pierce Brosnan and Rene Russo, and that's good. And this one is really good too. This is the original with Mr. Steve McQueen and Faye Dunaway. Next up, we got last stack here. Then we'll recap this. I have the latest Justice League movie, Justice League War World. DCS, a DC animated film. Just a good movie, but a really hard watch. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. This movie came highly recommended by Neil over on Neil's movie channel. He was doing a video and he talked really good about this movie. So I said, I'm going to go ahead and check it out. I think he had it on Laserdisc because, you know, Neil has a very impressive Laserdisc collection. So I think he had this on Laserdisc. It's called Honey Drippers. It looked like it's about a struggling blues club or jazz club. And then you got Danny Glover, Charles Dutton, and they are the proprietors of this club, and the club is failing, and they need fresh new talent to get the club going again. That's what it looks like. Here's one with Woody Harrelson, Emily Mortimer, Kate Mara, and Ben Kingsley and Trans-Siberian. This looks very interesting. I had to laugh when I saw this one because I saw this on the streaming services like twice. And I said, you know what? Let me add this into my collection. I want this movie. It's not the best movie in the world. It's not the most highly rated movie in the world. But David Hyde Pierce did a phenomenal job in this movie. And it's called The Perfect Host. Guys, this movie, I can't recommend this movie enough. I can't describe this movie except for to tell you that it is a certified banger. If you watch this movie, you're going to love it. David Hyde Pierce gave a performance probably of his career. Probably. I mean, he was the man in Frasier. He was really good in Frasier, but in this movie, he took crazy to a whole different level in this. And the ending is going to blow your socks off. Fantastic movie, guys. I can't recommend The Perfect Host enough. Ghost Stories. Chain Reaction with Morgan Freeman and Keanu Reeves. Fruitvale Station. If I'm not mistaken, I think this might be Michael B. Jordan's debut movie, his first film, if I'm not mistaken. And I think this is Ryan Coogler's first movie too. So yeah, Fruitvale Station, story of Oscar Grant. Pretty sad movie, pretty sad movie. 99 Homes. I've been checking out this movie. I saw this movie twice. I liked it. I dug it a lot. Shout out to Kenny over at Kenny's Movie Pals for dropping the name of this movie in the comment section one time. Because I was asking about the movie, but I didn't know the name, so shout out to Kenny. The Shack. That looks like a, I want to say it's like a psychological horror type thriller. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. We're going to see. Here's a horror movie with, rest in peace, Brittany Murphy. She passed away at a fairly young age. She was very young. Deadline. Here's one with Robert De Niro and Paul Dano. It looks really, really good. It looked like it's the struggling dynamic between a father and a son, and it looks very good. It's called Being Flynn. I saw the trailer for it. It looks really good. De Niro and Dano, yeah, I said I'll go ahead and check that one out. Next up is one that came highly recommended when I did my Western video. This one came very, like highly recommended, and it's called The Wild Bunch. I haven't seen it, so I can't speak on it. But you guys really recommended this movie, so I said I'll check it out. I don't even recognize any of these actors. Let me see. Robert Ryan, I recognize Robert Ryan. No. Ernest Borgnine, everybody know who that is. Ben Johnson and Warren Oates. Okay, I recognize some of them. And last but not least, we have Colombiana. And this movie is not bad. Zoe Saldana is not a bad actress. She's not bad. And this movie isn't bad. I've seen it, and it's not bad. It's a typical action movie, badass chick movie. I got a thing for those movies. I got a whole bunch of them. I actually did a video on those. So yeah, this is a good movie to throw in with my action movie, badass chick collection. So that's everything. That is a lot of stuff, guys. Woo! So let's go ahead and recap it and get this video done and in the books. Let's go ahead and recap it. We got The Wild Bunch. We got Being Flynn. We got The Shack. 99 Homes. Fruitvale Station. Chain Reaction. Ghost Stories. The Perfect Host. Greta. Blue Velvet, The Burbs, A Bridge Too Far, The Shadow, Joe Kidd, Two Mules for Sister Sarah, High Plains Drifter, put that right there, True Crimes, Ironclad, Rise of the Guardians, Nightshade, Elephant White, Trespass, Takers, No Good Deed, Colombiana, Deadline, Trans-Siberian, Honey Dripper, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, Justice League War World, The Thomas Crown Affair, the original Thomas Crown Affair, Constantine, We Are Marshall. I do believe Constantine should get updated for current times. This was good, but I think this movie needs an update. This character needs to be revisited. Crossing Over, LA Confidential, Redemption, In Time, Vice, I Know Who Killed Me, Platoon, The Professionals, Crank 1 and 2, Sully, Hotel Mumbai, ooh, it's hot, Honeymoon, Baby Ruby, V for Vendetta, Scream 6. We're going to talk about that one at the end of the video. The Centaurians, Complete, Disorderlies, A Murder of Crows, Players Club, Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man Wasp, Quantumania, X, Fast X. So yeah, real quick before we wrap the video. Now, for those of you who've seen this movie, I am a huge Scream fan. I dug Scream from the first movie, and I definitely liked 5. The last one that came out was fantastic. This movie, in my opinion, was such a letdown. And I'm going to tell you why. I didn't like the end of the movie. I didn't like the fact that if you watch this movie, if you didn't catch it the first time, watch it again. And you'll see all the people who got brutally stabbed. Not all the people, but a lot of the survivors at the end of the movie, they were brutally stabbed. The one girl on the train was almost gutted like a fish. And she came running up at the end of the movie to the ambulance where her friend was. She hadn't even been to the hospital because she had the same bloody clothes on. She was stabbed viciously. And she comes running across the street out of nowhere like everything was okay. And then, who was that? That was her. She got stabbed viciously on that train. I mean, he stuck that knife in her and he was up in her with that knife. Then you had Gail, who got viciously attacked. Now, we don't know anything about Gail, whether she made it or not, but she went to the hospital. She had a shallow pulse. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Gail again, but she was these people were viciously attacked. They just wasn't sliced. They were damn near gutted. And who else? Him. They was double teaming him with the knives. He got poked up so many times. He was poked up like a strainer. He probably wouldn't hold it. If you gave him a glass of water, it'd probably all pour out. And he made it at the end. They took him out on the stretcher. He was alive. Who else? The sister. Yo, listen. Not only was she basically she was trying to pull her up to get her away from one of the killers, because it was 3 killers this time. So she gave the older sister gave the younger sister a knife, and she fell down onto one of the killers, but his knife went in her as she was falling down. So that didn't kill her. But also, she got stabbed in the back at the same time when he got stabbed up. And they all made it at the end of the movie. I just didn't understand. I did not understand this movie. I didn't hear nobody criticizing that who did reviews on this movie, but I'm talking about people got damn near bludgeoned. And at the end of the movie, the one girl, she got bludgeoned on that train. And she come running across the street like everything was okay. Hadn't been to the hospital, didn't get no stitches, didn't get no wound, didn't get no wound treatment, had the same bloody shirt on. Guys, look. And again, I just had to, get that out, because I am a Scream fan, and this movie was very, very disappointing. Very disappointing. That's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.